I look pretty good. The sword should be sideways so that it doesn't get stuck between bones and you can actually pierce through the body.
I could do this move because this katana is very light.
Hi, my name is Toru Uchikado. You might have recognized me from previous episodes, but I'm a Japanese actor specializing in Japanese sword.
Hi, my name is Kaz Kobayashi. I'm an actor and teacher of Japanese theatrical sword combat. Nice to meet you.
Today, we are recreating moves from one of the most popular games from 2020, Ghost of Tsushima. This skill is called Swordbreaker. First, overhead strike from right to left, and then the opposite side. And then kiriage, meaning cutting up from the bottom to the top. This move is really big. I think I might have made it too compact. I feel like I should have done it a little bigger. For most of the moves, when he finishes his move, he looks sideways, and we thought he's just looking at the camera, but he's actually looking behind him. That means he's being alert all the time because you never know, there might be other opponents coming to you. For this movement, he is doing 3 tsuki. Tsuki is thrusting or stabbing. If you look at this move carefully, he is stabbing with his sword sideways. This is what I heard from Kazu. The sword should be sideways so that it doesn't get stuck between bones and you can actually pierce through the body. I'm not sure if it's true. If it's wrong, blame Kazu. This move was somewhat challenging for me, mainly because the sword we were using is made out of bamboo and it was very light comparing to real sword. It's really light and it's easy to use, but at the same time it can be really flimsy. It was a little difficult to make it stable. This move is called Shieldbreaker. For this move, quick cut first from right to left and 3 more big strikes. I look okay, but definitely not used to swinging the sword like that big. It's really cool finishing stance. I think it's called water stance.
I like this technique, but it's very difficult to do like this speed if I use a real sword because it's very heavy. I use in this scene a light sword. I could do this move because this katana is very light.
First of all, I invited Kazu to do this project together, and he's really great. And if you look at his kimono, you might recognize the color because that's what Jin Sakai was wearing. Whenever I do new moves, I have a bad habit of focusing my arms, but Kazu is definitely using his whole body and especially lower body, and it looks really strong.
It's very difficult if you cannot use left foot or lower back or hip. So this technique level is very high.
This was a challenging move. It's basically 2 spins and strike, and then spin to the other side, and at the same time you do spin kick. I look okay, but my kicks are not really solid, and I feel like I could have done it better. It's a simple movement, but to execute this move beautifully, you need a lot of practice. Let's see how Kazu did it. Nice kick!
This is a very strong kick. Move from your left foot and pull your thigh to your chest and the side kick. If I kick like this, the opponents fly away. But in this game, too much.
This move, spin kick, side kick, and kesagiri, cutting up the opponent from right top to the left. He's basically kicking the opponent to lose balance and then cutting up this part, kesa.
These are two side kicks, but it's a little bit difficult because if you spin too much, it's become a back spinning kick. So it's very important to turn your bat forward to opponent and then side kick. It's a little bit difficult, but you can do that.
I think Kazu did better. Mine doesn't look too stable, especially the transition from the first kick to second kick is not really solid. I need more practice. When I did the Witcher episode, there was a movement like this, but it's a lot of spins and it's definitely the most complicated move that I did for this game. For this move, you have to spin to the right side first and you finish with facing behind and then spin to the other side and another spin to the other side. Because this was a really difficult movement, I feel like I was just focusing on spinning and I wasn't sure where I was cutting, so I feel like it's missing the intention. But having said that, I look pretty good.
This technique is often using. It's a very popular technique. When the opponent raises the sword, then cut the opponent's torso. It's called Nukidogiri. For this move, cut from diagonally below left while drawing, and after, cut down from diagonally right. When you cut these, first up the katana's blade face, and after, down the katana's blade. For the final cut, the blade face turns to the side and cuts the torso.
This move is called running slash, and it's pretty simple. You run and then cut to the side way. But I was really trying to imitate Jin's move. I don't know why, but while he runs, he looks down and kind of like shakes his head. So I was trying to imitate that and I look kind of funny. This move is called perfect parry. So it's basically you parry and then strike from the right side to the left bottom. His parry is really good. He didn't do it too big, kept it minimum, but still effective.
To do this move, repel using your katana's middle part against the opponent's thrust and cut from diagonally left.
At the end, he does chiburi using kimono. Chiburi is basically to get rid of the blood. You do this, or there are many different ways to do chiburi. For this movement, he did it with his kimono.
This defense technique is very useful when the opponents attack strike and diagonally left, right, or thrust. It's very useful.
Kazu demonstrated this move by using me as an enemy. This move is dodge. Overhead strike from right to left, and then dodge back, and then immediately kiriage, cutting from the right bottom to the left top. So we demonstrated dodge back and then cut from the armpit. Cutting armpit is very effective because there are a lot of nerves running there, and it's really hard to stop the bleeding.
To do this move, against opponent's attack, move from left leg to avoid it, and at the same time, take a sideways stance.
So for this move, avoid and then immediately stabs, and then do chiburi. We also demonstrated. Let's see how we did it.
To do this move, cut down from diagonally right and move backwards from your right foot. This technique is very useful in a variety of situations to surprising the opponent and avoid the opponent's attack.
Alright, that's it for today's episode. Ghost of Tsushima is one of the most realistic samurai game. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe this channel, and I hope to see you again.
Hi, I'm Kazu. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Toru. Welcome to Gamology.